Welcome to Chapter 2, Lecture 4. Now here we want to discuss about this topic, basic syntax, variables, data types and operators. Initially I want to discuss only about syntax, so forget about these three things. So as far as syntax of Python is concerned, again it would be easier to remember the rules if I start with one example. So this is one such example where Python class definition is written. Now Python is an object-oriented language. Object-oriented language is Java is also object-oriented language. Now object-oriented language means what? That for writing similar kind of objects, you don't need to write the same code again and again and again. You can avoid that repetitive labor by first writing one template of the object. The template of the object is called a class, and from that class you can create as many objects which are having the characteristics which are defined in that class. Those who are not coming from coding background, they did not be intimidated by all this. They just try to peacefully listen this thing. And we have taken one entire chapter on object orientation in Python. So at that time, things will become very, very clear. So you don't need to worry about anything. Okay. So just try to get your ears familiar with the terminology. And those who are already coming from some coding background, they will immediately understand what I'm talking about. So this class, follow my cursor. Then this class, that is one uh, template. If I want to create say two circles, one circle has radius 1.4 and another circle has radius 2.5. One circle is of black color and another circle is of green color. Will I write a separate piece of code to create a black circle and then another separate piece of code to create a green circle? No. I will try to find what is common between them. After all, both are circles, so obviously they have common characteristics. Every circle has certain radius. Okay, every circle has certain color, and every circle has area characteristic, which is given by pi r square. This is the formula written in slightly Pythonic way, but it is ultimately meaning pi radius, and these two means square. Okay, so then pi r square is the area of every circle. So what we do is we first create a template circle. Okay, its radius is 1.4 and color is black. Okay, now this 1.4 can be changed, or you can put any value instead of this radius and color later on. How I will show you. And this area is pi r square. Now once this template is defined, you just have, it is just like in machine parts, one die is defined. Now that in same die you pour raw material, then first piece of object is obtained, then second piece of object is obtained, third piece of object is obtained. And if you just don't change anything, then all those objects will be identical. But at the time of pouring that raw material, if you change that raw material liquid slightly, then you can change the color of different objects and many different characters. Exactly same thing you are doing here. So I am writing circle 1 is equal to circle. That means use the template circle or use the die circle to create my circle 1 object. Then circle 2 equals to circle. Again use the same die to create my circle 2 object. So at present two circle objects are already created and both have radius 1.5 and both have color black and both have given area which is given by pi r square. But now I want that first circle has different color, not black but green. Then I can just write circle 1 dot color equals green. So the green color is assigned to the color color property of circle 1 object. Similarly, I can write circle 2 dot radius equals 2.5. So that means 2.5 value is assigned to the radius property of circle 2. Once this is there, now two objects are different. One will be of default radius 1.4, another will be of radius 2.5. First 1.4 radius will have color green, while second 2.5 radius will have default color because I have not assigned any color to the second circle. So that is how it is, and then you can print original circle color, original circle radius, original circle area, or new circle 1 color, circle 1 radius, circle 1 area, circle 2 color, circle 2 radius, circle 2 area. Fine. So that is okay, and we don't need to understand the code at present. We have not yet even started learning coding. Okay. So, but now I want to explain three important features which are seen from this Python code. One is these all green colored lines. This, and this, which are preceded by a hash symbol or a pound symbol. These lines are called comments, and whenever the code is executed, at that time these comments are ignored. So they will not produce any output. They will not be used for interpretation by Python interpreter. Okay, so they are called comments, but they make the code more readable. For example, what we are doing in next few lines of code, then we are defining class. What we are doing in next few lines of code, then we are defining a function inside that class. And here what we are doing, we are defining variables, and here what we are doing, we are ultimately printing the results. Okay, so that such information inside code is useful because on same project multiple programmers are working and your code will be read by someone else. So such helpful comment are you required for them or even for your own convenience also. Now let us see various characteristics. So what are characteristics of this? Python uses indentation. Now that you can see here. As soon as you write this while typing class, circle and colon and press the enter here, then the next line in Jupyter or PyCharm, etc., will automatically be indented by one character. Actually, it is four spaces. So four space will automatically be left, and then you will print this radius. So in Python, there is no curly bracket to identify or distinguish this much block of code, these block of code. Similarly, there is no curly bracket to distinguish these block of code or here this block of code. Here this is the function definition, and here this indented portion shows what that function does. Now this is a very simple function, so there is only one line, but you can have maybe 5 or 10 or 20 lines inside to explain what that function is doing. Okay, so then all that will form one block of code, and all of them will be indented similar to this return statement. Okay, so all of them will start exactly one below another like this. Okay, that is how indentation helps to identify related blocks of code in Python. Okay, and amount of indentation must be consistent, otherwise your code will fail to compile. Sorry, yeah, interpret, execute. So that means that uh, automatically an error will be triggered, that indentation error. So you will be immediately reminded that here I forgot to add suitable indentation. Okay, as I said, hash symbol is used to use the comment. Okay, now this hash is usually used for a single line comment, but you can also add multi-line comments in Python. Then case sensitivity. Now for case sensitivity, I have taken one example. Let us say a equals pqr. So a is my one variable, say string, someone's name, and I am writing this string. Whenever string variable is there, it is always put in quotes. And the small a equals pqr, pq and these are. So I am assigning this variable and this variable same letters of alphabet. The only difference is that here R is small and here R is capital. Now, if this would help in a non-case sensitive language, then I can compare if A is equal to A. So I am saying that are these two equal? If yes, then print that my language is not case sensitive, because that means this string and this string are equal, and that means that capital R or small r does not make any difference. So if this equality is satisfied, then in that case you will say that language is not case sensitive. But else, so that means if this equality is not satisfied, if capital A, this string, is not equal to this string, then in that case print case sensitive. So that means that small r and capital R are making difference, and therefore these and these are not equal. Okay, so in that case I can get a result case sensitive. So it is clear that the Python language is case sensitive language, and as a result of this, if you write one variable, say someone's name you want to write, then you write like my name, my underscore name, and then you write another variable, my underscore name. Then in this case, these two variables can be assigned to totally different values, because they are different variables. They will not occupy the same memory location in your computer's hardware. Okay, they are totally different variables. So that you have to understand by meaning case sensitive. Okay. Then comments, I have described case sensitivity, line continuation. Now sometimes, very rarely, you may require to extend one piece of code over entire line, and then still that line is continuing on the next line also. So at that time you have three options. One is you use backslash, okay, or you can use parenthesis, or you can use braces. Mostly backslash is preferred. Okay. Then semicolon. Now if this is the entire correct code, and you can see every sentence has nothing at the end. So some programming languages like C require a semicolon to be placed at the end, but as far as Python is concerned, there is no need to put a semicolon. Then we want to next talk about variables. So we are discussing these topics: syntax, variables, data types, and operators. So far we have discussed about syntax. Now we will discuss about variables in our